An introduction to Excel VBA. Hello. Welcome to the video. What is Excel VBA? VBA is a programming language. The letters V, B, A stand for Visual Basic for Applications. Excel VBA is the variant of VBA that is available in Microsoft Excel. It is a powerful tool in finances. Financial professionals typically use Excel VBA in consolidation of data, mathematical processing, and solving the challenges of interconnectivity between financial tools and systems. Getting started. Trust Center settings. There are a number of setup tasks to perform before we can start programming. First, make sure that your Excel application allows macros. Let's go to Excel, File, Options, and make the appropriate choices in the Trust Center. In the Excel menu, click on File. Select Options. The Excel Options window opens. Select Trust Center. Click on the Trust Center Settings button. The Trust Center window opens. Make sure that the macro settings are set to enable all macros. And, while we are here, it is a good idea to check Trust access to the VBA project object model. Now your Excel application is macro-enabled. Groovy. Developer tab. If you have the Microsoft Office suite on your computer, then you automatically have Excel VBA. A great advantage of Excel VBA is that it is essentially free if you already have Office. The integrated development environment for Excel VBA is accessed via the Developer tab in the Excel menu. Normally the Developer tab is not visible. Let's make it visible by selecting the appropriate option in Excel, File, Options. In the Excel menu, click on File. Then select Options. The Excel Options window opens. Select Customize ribbon. Check Developer. Note that the Developer tab is now visible. Opening the Integrated Development Environment. To access the Integrated Development Environment, click on the Visual Basic button in the Developer menu. Let's click on the Visual Basic button. The Integrated Development Environment screen opens. Here is its menu. You will use this menu frequently when writing and testing your programs. Useful windows for working in VBA. In the Integrated Development Environment, it is useful to see certain windows. These windows include the Project Explorer, the Properties window, and the Locals window. You will become familiar with these windows when you start programming. If they are not already displayed in your environment, make them appear using the View menu. Select View. Select Project Explorer. The Project Explorer opens. Then, select View again. Select Properties window. The Properties window opens. And, finally, select View once again. Select Locals window. The Locals window opens. The Project Explorer, Properties window, and Locals window are now visible. Inserting a module. In order to write a program, we must first insert a module. A module is a container which contains one or more pieces of code. To insert a module, go to Visual Basic, Insert, Module. Select Insert. In the Insert menu, select Module. A new module has appeared. We may now write code into this module. Environment settings. Let's look at the environment settings and make a few adjustments. Go to Visual Basic, Tools, Options, and make sure that the parameters require variable declaration and auto syntax check are unchecked. In the Tools menu, select Options. The Options window opens. Uncheck Auto syntax check. Uncheck Require variable declaration. Click on OK. We are now ready to start programming. This is really exciting. A simple program. We are now ready to create our first program. Let's call it Program 1. Here is the code. The first line and last line form a frame. All programs start with sub and end with end sub. X is a variable. You can make up your own variable names and program names. Let's type the code into our module. Let's indent some code. One way to indent is as follows. Select the line or the lines of code. Select Edit. Select Indent. The code is now indented. Nifty. Using a worksheet to output data. We are using VBA to calculate x equals 4.5 divided by 8.9. How can we see the result for the variable x? One approach is to write the result for x to a cell on a worksheet. To make this happen, add this instruction to our code. Let's add this instruction, and then run the program. After execution, the result for the variable x will be displayed on the Excel worksheet in cell 11. So, let's type in that additional bit of code. Remember, this line writes the value of x to the cell 11. Now let's run the program. How do we do that? To run a program, put the cursor anywhere in the code for that program, and click on the Run button, which is the green arrow. Let's try it. Now that the program has been executed, click on the Excel button to go to the Excel worksheet. This is amazing. The result for the variable x has been written to the cell 11. Wow! Specifying the worksheet. Normally, an Excel file contains several worksheets. You can specify the worksheet in the code, as shown here. If you don't specify the worksheet in this way, the system writes to the active worksheet by default. Let's include worksheets 1 in the code, to specify the worksheet to which the program will write. It is always best to specify the worksheet. But in this video, we will not do this, in order to simplify the visual presentation. Formatting a worksheet cell with VBA. To specify the format of the cell 11, add these lines to the code. Pound, comma, pound, .00 is a format string. The 2 zeros in the format string ensure that the value will be displayed with 2 decimal places. Let's add the lines of code for the formatting. First, let's add the line for the number format. Then let's add the line for the cell interior color format. Now we will execute the program. Click on the Run button. Now that the program has executed, let's take a look at the worksheet. This is truly fantastic. Not only is the numerical result displayed in the cell 11, but the number is formatted with 2 decimal places and the cell interior color is yellow. Our program works. Wow! Using a worksheet to input data. Let's further transform our program as follows. This line reads the value in cell 11 to the variable y. This line reads the value in cell 21 to the variable z. This line performs the calculation of x. This line writes the value of x to the cell 31. The other lines format the cell 31. Let's type in the additional code. This line of code reads the value of y from the cell 11. This line of code reads the value of z from the cell 21. Oops. Now let's compute x by dividing y by z. Now let's adjust the output instructions so that the result for x is written to cell 31. That's better. Cool. Let's put the values 4.5 and 8.9 on the worksheet in cells 11 and 21. Here we go. Now click on the Visual Basic button to return to the integrated development environment. Put the cursor anywhere in the program to be run. Then click on Run. Now that the program has executed, let's take a look at the worksheet. Cells N, M, means row N and column M. Cells 2, 4, means row 2 and column 4, which is cell D, 2. Cells 4, 2, means row 4 and column 2, which is cell B, 4.